Welcome to the Future Toolbox by Mad for Life, home of the Z to A of life skills that you don't get from sitting exams. Today we're going to use a technique from Mad for Study in order to help us revise for sports science degree. The theory of tendinopathy is a subject today. Let's take the 5 stages. This is what we need to remember in order to pass our exam. We need to remember in order there is the normal tendon, the acute response, the reactive stage, disrepair and degeneration. In order to remember those 5 key points, we're going to create a random story with some really strange associations in order to activate our memory. This is how we create our associations. We take the keywords and we don't worry at this stage what they actually mean. We're just going to look at the words and think, what do they look like, sound like, remind me of? It's a little bit of a game. Here's the first one, the normal tendon. So what does normal and tendon sound like? Well, normal sounds a little bit like the name Norman, and tendon sounds a little bit like the word tender. So Norman and tender, normal tendon. Time to get the pen out and draw a really basic drawing. So I've drawn Norman there, and he's holding a tender. He's going to bid for something. Maybe he's going to bid to be in a play on stage. More about that later. The next key point is acute response. So acute reminds me of an acute angle, and response is like somebody responding to something. So here we go, we've drawn a acute angle and it's looking very cute there, and its response is it's just going, oh, stop it. The next key point is a reactive stage. And reactive sounds a little bit like reenacting, and stage is the stage that we talked about earlier that Norman's going to reenact on. And here he is in his play. So Norman reacting on stage, which gives us the reactive stage. Next one, disrepair. Now disrepair sounds like disrepair. It sounds like something's in disrepair, but you have to remember that it has a Y in it this time. So we're going to add that into our technique too. So here we go, the stage has fallen down, it's in complete disrepair, the play can't go along, and this random spanner's just turned up and it's going, why oh why? And the reason why it's saying why oh why is because the stage is in disrepair, and we remember that it's spelt with a Y. Final one, degeneration. We're going to play with this. We've got degen, and if you look at the little bit at the end there, it looks like the word ration. It spells ration. So we think of D and Jen. Well, Jen, first person I think of that's called Jen is Jennifer Aniston. So we're going to imagine that degen said in a very bad German accent, degen. And the next one is ration. If you say that in a sort of really bad South American accent, ration. So we've got degen, ration, degen, ration. So we repeat that a few times, put it together. We have degeneration, degeneration. We have that's Jennifer Aniston, believe it or not, holding a ration book that people used to get in the war. So we've got degen and the ration book. There it is, our story. How fantastic and random is that? So let's go over our story again and just link it together. We have Norman and he's holding his tender to bid for his story on stage. He's acting on stage later. Norman and tender, normal tender. He's talking to the acute angle and his response is, oh, stop it. So we've got the acute response. There's Norman reacting on stage, it's reactive stage. The stage then falls into complete disrepair, and that spanner's saying, why, oh, why? Because disrepair is spelt with a Y. And then we have our friend Jennifer Aniston, degen. She's holding our ration book. There's my very poor accents there, but that just helps us to remember degen, ration, degeneration. Go back to the points again. We've got normal tender, acute response, reactive stage, disrepair, and degeneration. Well, hope you enjoyed that. So you can follow us now on Future Toolbox on our social media, or go to our website to download some resources. Enjoy having fun, studying, and good luck.